A Sigma also commands a room, but with his quiet mystery and intrigue. Because of that, women gravitate toward him. He also finds success in his career, but he isn't afraid to push the envelope and take risky moves. Men in the manosphere regard the Sigma as the rarest archetype of a man and pine for those kinds of qualities. Think John Wick. Some even regard Keanu Reeves as a saint. The idea of a Sigma male has floated around in internet communities for years now, but has recently picked up with people mocking it on social media. Who believes in these archetypes? The terms originated in the manosphere, an all-encompassing internet community whose members focus on hypermasculinity, misogyny, anti-feminism, involuntary celibacy, incels, men's rights activism, and/or pick-up artistry. The community carries negative connotations with it, especially with incels who promote violence against women, and pick-up artists who harass women. But it's important not to overgeneralize a group of people who believe in these archetypes, said James Cantor, a psychologist who researches human sexual interest. The broader phenomenon, as Cantor puts it, typically includes young men who are romantically and socially insecure and use these oversimplified archetypes to navigate life and cope with social deficiencies. For them, the oversimplified archetypes make achievable something they had difficulty with before. How is it made achievable? Through videos, online forums, and articles, knowledge and tips are shared about the differences between the archetypes of men. There are tips on how to transform from a beta to an alpha, and subsequently, attract more women using pseudoscience. This video compares alpha and beta men to animals whose social hierarchies consist of an alpha male who fights all the other younger males to maintain top dog status. The video suggests men can change their beta tendencies, such as acting too nice to everyone or showing a lack of surety by asking whether their outfit looks good, by exhibiting more alpha behaviors, confidence and hypermasculinity. There are videos on this channel explaining how to become the rarest kind of man by presenting those mysterious but go-getter qualities outwardly. I have a steely gaze and a strong presence. I am hard to understand. From a place of powerful intuition, confidence, and perception, I can easily pierce through lies and manipulation. I am comfortable being the brooding figure. The downside of adhering to these archetypes is that it can prevent a person from developing their own natural sense of self, Cantor said. There's a healthy part to experimenting and trying to develop your own identity. But there's also a negative part in that it might limit the kinds of things a person might try in discovering themselves. In this video, we will be discussing 30 reasons why you should never mess with a Sigma male. Let's dive in. Number 1. They value their independence. The first reason you should never mess with a Sigma male is that they value their independence above everything else. They don't like being told what to do, and they don't like following the crowd. Trying to control or manipulate them is not going to end well for anyone. Number 2. They're not easily influenced. Sigma males have a strong sense of self and know who they are. They're not easily influenced by outside sources, and they're not going to change their minds just because someone tells them to. This can make them seem stubborn, but it's actually a strength. Number 3. They're not interested in popularity. Sigma males aren't interested in being popular or having a lot of friends. They prefer to have a few close friends rather than a large group of acquaintances. This means that they're not going to be swayed by peer pressure or other forms of social influence. Number 4. They're not afraid to speak their minds. Sigma males are known for being very direct and to the point. They won't hold back and will say what they believe, even if it goes against what other people want to hear. This can make them seem harsh, but it's actually a sign of their honesty and integrity. Number 5. They don't care about social status. Sigma males don't care about social status or prestige. They're not impressed by titles or positions of power, and they're not going to be intimidated by people who hold these positions. They judge people based on their character, not their status. Number 6. They're self-reliant. Sigma males are self-reliant and don't like to rely on others for help. They prefer to do things on their own and don't like to ask for assistance. This can make them seem distant, but it's actually a sign of their self-sufficiency. Number 7. They're not interested in drama. Sigma males don't like drama or conflict. They prefer to avoid these situations whenever possible and will walk away from a situation if they feel it's getting out of hand. This means that they're not going to get drawn into petty arguments or drama-filled situations. Number 8, they're not afraid to take risks. Sigma males are not afraid to take risks and will often do things that others are too afraid to do. They're not afraid of failure and will learn from their mistakes. This can make them seem reckless, but it's actually a sign of their bravery and confidence. Number 9. They're not easily impressed. Sigma males are not easily impressed by material possessions or superficial things. They're more interested in people's ideas and character than their possessions or status. This means that they're not going to be swayed by flashy cars or designer clothes. Number 10. They're very observant. Sigma males are very observant and pay attention to their surroundings. They're always analyzing situations and people, and they're not going to be caught off guard. This means that they're not going to be easily deceived or manipulated.